Welcome back to the Electrify podcast, brought to you by the creators of Electrify Expo, North America's largest EV festival, coming to a major city near you. Kevin Dunn, thank you for joining us. Keeping it steady garage. And basically just the opening line would be number one source. I don't have an accent. Number one source for all things mini moto. And I say that because you've kind of evolved with the times, because I mean, dude, Groms and small bikes and like this whole set of, just cool bikes over the years. You talked about some names like Mark Arsenal, Al Ligura, What versus Knee, talk about Fat Lace, Illis. There's that mini bike culture, huge in the Bay Area. And then it grew to, now Super 73s, and there's different bikes coming out every day. But Kevin, thanks for joining us, dude.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So, like I said, right from the top, steady garage, number one source for all things mini moto. But let me just go right into it. What's your take on going from fuel, combustion engine, ICE, if you want to call it, it's still ICE, internal combustion, to going to EV and seeing that evolution and that kind of shift and change and mindset? What's your take on it?
It's too fast. Like, we're trying to just keep up with all these amazing companies that are coming out of nowhere, and they're making great product, great bike, really nice design, and we're just trying to get our hands on as much as we can, because we love anything on wheels, anything on two wheels especially.
Yeah.
And the parts that we want to make for it is it's been crazy. We're just trying to keep up, and I hope that we're able to at least make as much parts as we can.
Dude, you're right down the street from Irwindale Speedway, man, the house of drift. I mean, you got Groms, Ruckuses, Honda Monkeys, the Z125 Pro. But what are you doing a lot of in the e-space? And that's what's really cool. Anybody listening to this right now, it's not just about selling the bikes in itself. It's about modifying it, because we come from that culture. You're dropping on those names, and the automotive culture in general is about the canvas that is the car or the vehicle, as you said. And now you're making all these rad and creating access to all these rad parts.
So the category that we're really into is, of course, Super 73. They dominate the Class 2 e-bike category, and then the all-terrain electric motorcycle has been killing it. The Raw Mantis, the Surons, the E-Ride Pro. Those are I feel like those are like the top like 3 or 4 brands in the market, and of course the Telerias and stuff too. But yeah, there's so much performance aspect that we can like evolve on.
And it's and go into your Instagram, you do a good job of covering it, and what you guys do. How cool is, I saw one that I was super, the Moto Compacto that you modified. That thing's sick. Like the old Lucky Strike livery on it, dude. That thing's sick. What do you like? Do you like those things? I mean, are they novelty? You called it the Moto Distracto. My bad. I digress.
Yeah, dude. When we got it, we were super involved into it. Right away, we tore open the box and we started working on it. And within like 30 minutes, all of the guys around the shop were around it, taking things apart, measuring things. They're like, "What can we do?" One guy grabbed a fat wheel from a go-kart, and we're like, "Dude, we got to put it right here, and we got to make this thing happen." And
well, that's got to be stability too. Like, look at Steady. If you're listening right now, Steady Garage's Instagram, with Baja Designs. You got a Baja Designs S1 wide LED light on it. Like you said, I mean, just the details are really cool, man. And that's what I really love about this, is it's such a niche thing. And I'm like, I have a Super 73. I just acquired it this year, and I love it. Like, I'm literally, when I hang up here, I'm going to go pick up my son on it. So like, he's 10. So he, like, we have the long saddle. So he sits up front, and I just, I protect him. And, but even companies like, is it pronounced Chimmers, like the baskets and stuff like that. And I know, like, I have the Urban Basket, which is from Irv Labs, right? So there's so many different companies out there.
Yeah. So it's called Chimera, and it's a brand that we work really close with. It's actually like almost like our house brand. That's how close we are with the Chimera Engineering.
Okay.
And yeah, so we, there's ideas that we'll kind of brainstorm together, and we'll make it happen. There's a lot of R&D process involved in that. There's things that behind the scene, as you know, um, is made, but it never comes into the market just because we felt that, oh, it's not the right timing, or it's
Right.
not going to perform well. Yeah.
I'm looking at it's funny because I have like a multiple different tabs open on my website, and I literally just did
Uh-huh.
a pod the other day with Send It. It's an electric, smaller, like a Stasic. And have you seen the
Uh-huh.
Chimera BMX bike? Same name.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, those things are, and it's funny because a lot of our friends messaged us. They're like, "Is this your guys' new brand?" Well, I know it's completely different.
No, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, it happens. You're Chimera Engineering, they're
Hmm.
Chimera BMX. So not
Yeah.
not to get it twisted, but I had to clarify that because yeah, just looking at it overall. What who's doing it the best? Like you said, Super 73, they have just a great market. They have a great support. And, shout out to Andrew at Super 73. He's created the Super 73 community, which feeds into that. So I saw these rides that went down this weekend, like going up. Was that like, I think it was like Mulholland, like went all up, like up to the Hollywood sign. Like you guys are ripping around. I don't know if you joined them this weekend, but that looked insane.
Oh no, I didn't get a chance to, but I would next time. I would love to, because this is the weather's so good out here in SoCal that we got
Right.
to be outside.
So Super 73, why do you attribute that they're kind of leading the market? Is what do you attribute that to?
Uh, like you say, they did a really good job with the marketing and the community, and it's so strong that the support is just kind of carry the momentum itself. Even though they haven't come out with a new model yet. At least I'm hoping they're working on something new. But a lot
Hmm.
of it's just been a revamp, a update that, new color, new scheme and stuff like that. So they're still trying to keep it fresh, but even though they're still selling a ton of bikes,
Yeah,
and we know the amount of stuff that we sell on the aftermarket side has also been really, really good.
right.
So they're moving quite a bit of bikes. We know for sure. So it's cool. Women could get on it, kids could get on it,
Yeah,
wife,
yeah. The
daughters.
K1D. Yeah, I mean the
Yeah,
K1D, and then obviously with what they're doing with the what's that crazy bike that they're building, the electric motorcycle. That's
C1X.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be nuts. But yeah, the K1D. Just going to Super 73's website. What do you
Hmm.
think? Do you think Honda's going to expand like from the Moto Compacto to something? Moto Compacto, excuse me, to anything else? Do you know? Like, are you kind of working with any manufacturers outside of 73, or are you just kind of you're getting them in and then you're modifying them similar to like that of or Electrify Expo?
Yeah, there's I think Honda is doing a they call it the CRFE, which is the electric version of the CRF, I think 250 or 450.
Hmm.
But that thing is, I mean, they've entered a couple of races. I'm not sure how they're doing in terms of like the positions and stuff, but they're putting a lot of effort into the engineering R&D for that bike. So I think what doing Honda doing their thing is that they won't release anything until it's fully ready.
Right.
So yeah, there's some blogs and some online features on the CRFE that shows like the Mugen side covers and stuff like that. So they're kind of
Sick.
pulling a lot of the race technology into that
Mhm.
bike.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at all the different stuff here that I don't know. This I'm like nerding out too on some of the products. Just I'm looking at bar ends and stuff like that. But that's
Mhm.
about ease of use, right?
Yeah.
Make it enjoyable. Finding that's what I always come down to when it comes to EV. It you have your early adopters that are already in and they've kind of grown with Super 73. Now you have these different
Hmm.
manufacturers that are kind of late evolvers, but that also meets the consumer and where they're at and what they're trying to solve, right? Like what's the
Hmm.
solution? Like, you know, Kevin, what's yours? Do you like the community? Does it feel like an extension of what you did and do with cars, or is it just like a light? You know what I'm saying? Like I golf a
Hmm.
lot, so I golf because it's therapy for me. It's 4 hours. I get to hang out or I get to party or whatever for four
Yeah.
hours and we get to walk a national park. With you
Yeah.
and your steady garage, are you where's your head at and where are your consumers at?
Our head has always been in making things look cool. So aftermarket, it has to be. something that we can modify and we can share with all of our friends and whoever that is also interested, enthusiasts and stuff. So that's where it's always been at. Ever since from the start, back when we got the Ruckus,
Yeah.
modifying it is what made it really fun. Riding it around Button Willow at all the drift events, So it's always like, hey, what are you gonna do next? Oh, I got this part, and then that you don't tell your friends about it until you show up to the ride. And I think the Super 73 community has that, where they're
Yeah.
surprising each other and not telling each other their next mod or their next move, and just come out and totally kill it at the next ride or meetup. And
Dude,
that's
look
what
at
keeps
this.
it fun. Yeah, just kind of
What's
like
up with your
pushing each other.
right? And it comes down to that, I'm 45, so I just remember, hot import nights and obviously import show off prior to that. But dude, this Super Cub, this Yoda Chief thing, holy cow.
Yeah,
That
you
thing
like
is
that? So that
so sick.
that four spoke wheels on that.
Yeah, dude. It's so sick. Oh man, I'm super hyped on all this stuff. And what's cool is, this is a great evolution, especially maybe, they get a little pricey. So, college kids, obviously some things kind of walk off and you just don't want to do that. Oh, the dragger 3-piece wheel. All right. All
Yeah.
right. Now we're
Well,
talking.
we got
All
we
right.
got Affirm, we got payment plans.
No, that's fair. But like I said, this is, yeah, K truck. Heck yeah. K truck with that in the back. Oh man. So what are the big advancements you'd like to see in the e-bike space? Like what's kind of missing? Like what do you want to see?
I want to
If you could,
see,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so a little bit more open source in some of the modifications for the controllers and the motor. There's got to be ways to, if we can have access to at least tuning it a little bit. I
Mm-hmm.
think that'll be something that will make it even more fun to people that are racing. And of course they're gonna do stunt riding and all that, because the type of throttle response and where the torque needs to be, we need to be able to kind of mess with that, just to kind of get it to how the way the rider would be able to utilize everything. Yeah, so a little
Open
bit of an open
source.
source.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, even though, like, not from directly from the manufacturer, but at least if they're like, hey, if you want to start tuning, maybe we could train you, like, at least us, as a shop. If
Yeah.
they allow us to start tuning it, at least we will be able to help customers and riders, racers, stunners, whoever it is, to kind of tune their e-bike to
Yeah.
how the way they'll use it.
Yeah, and that's kind of a parallel to just with the cars. If it's Rywire or
Hmm.
BC Moto and what they're doing with their degree of customization, I think there's something there for sure as far as Super 73 and what they're doing going down to their facility. It's
Hmm.
evolved. It's evolved from
Yeah.
one building, two building. Now their most recent building right in the heart of Irvine, right off the freeway, right near
Hmm.
John Wayne Airport. I think that would be really cool, similar to that of like a Tesla dealership, right? You saw that evolution of how to buy literally across
Yeah.
their previous building was right across the street from where you pick up your Tesla. So I'm
Yeah.
just I think you're really onto something there. So maybe that's it. Steady Garage and Super 73, like you said, you're selling them. You're in this market. There's a
Mhm.
there's a huge community here. So maybe it is getting them on a motorcycle dyno and doing something, but gets a little sketchy because then you start classing it out, right? And that's where
Yeah.
you have to. That's where, Kevin, you have a responsibility, man. You got to tell your friends, don't go hot rodding, just like these
Yeah.
dang kids in these takeovers and dumb stuff like that. Like, I
Yeah.
always say, keep it in the video games or at the racetrack. So it just makes sense
Yeah.
to do that. But I think you're onto something there. And but like you said, racing, customization, it's inevitable.
Mhm.
That it's in
Yeah.
our blood. I mean, look at the drag, the drag car for anybody watching this behind you. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
look at that.
Yeah.
Was it a slingshot? Yeah, dude,
Yep.
those things,
Yeah.
ripped. I mean, I'll just say it, death machines and life machines, bikes, they call them the pedal bikes, but risk it for the biscuit. But I think overall the e-bike, what's really cool about, like I said, what you guys are doing with Steady Garage is you are giving the people what they want. And I could
Mhm.
see you where because again, you're obviously worldwide, nationwide. Where would you open another shop? Who do you think has like a really good market outside of Southern California?
That's a
Northern
tough
Northern
one.
Northern California.
Yeah, Northern California would be good. Northern California.
Florida.
I feel like any coastal city would be good for motorcycle and riding. It's
Yeah.
just better weather and less rain. Um, so I think maybe Texas, maybe
That'd be
maybe
good.
Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, Florida, Miami. We have a lot of customers from Florida, so we appreciate all the kind folks from Florida supporting us and all that. So yeah,
And
I think Florida will be good.
what do you drive? Because again, so the parallel 4-wheel, 2-wheel. Do
Hmm.
you have a truck? You're moving. I have to say, I have to assume you're driving a truck and moving a lot of parts around.
Well, actually, I have an old beater Tundra, and then
Oh,
as a family vehicle, we have the 2022 the Acura MDX that
oh,
we
cool.
we put a lift on there and a 32-inch wheels.
Okay.
Yeah, we I think it might be one of the first MDX that's been lifted and has that's like kind of built for overlanding.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then I
You saw
also
that. You saw that with a lot with
yes,
like cross tracks and stuff like Subaru. So like you're taking that instead of going Subaru,
yeah,
you went Honda Acura.
yeah, Honda Acura, a little bit more on the luxury side because of
Yeah.
my wife and kid. Yeah, so
Yep.
when we go overlanding, they're comfortable. We have a
That's cool.
rooftop tent, so we also use it at like Pismo and
Heck yeah.
Yosemite when we go camping and stuff.
That's sick.
But I think I'm kind of waiting for what besides the Ford Lightning, the electric truck, the F one
Mm-hmm.
fifty. Kind
Yeah.
of waiting for Toyota or Honda to kind of release something along that line. Yeah,
Yeah. I
we were
know
thinking
we.
about Rivian, but it's kind of crazy with the price and stuff.
Yeah, Honda made they're coming out with, well, they have a Ridgeline EV revealed. This is late last year. And then
Hmm.
the Ridgeline Hybrid, and there was something else. What was it called? It was like when I had a Honda guy on here, he was talking about all the different well, there's the Prologue, which, it's not totally that's not it. That's not it for you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
right. I mean, you need that truck bed, but the Rivian's cool.
yeah.
But yeah, no, and again, just all this parallel. Were you born up in Northern California? Is that how you know the boys up there, or you just know them through the car world?
I lived in Central California, and yeah, we met through the drifting world. When I was like 16, I had a AE86. During high school, attended as much of our private event as possible. That's how I met like Mark Arsenault, Jay Pizzo, and
Yep.
all that because they kind of, I was struggling as a young high school kid, trying to learn how to drift, and they were kind of guiding me, like, "Hey, you're initiating wrong. You're not carrying enough speed. Don't hesitate to kick the clutch,
Heck
stuff
yeah,
like that."
that's
Yeah.
sick. No,
So
that's
those guys
cool.
inspired me a lot. So I really look
No,
up
it's
to all of
great.
them. Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm looking. I mean, really, really well done website. So for anybody in the market, and you have any e-bike, looking at again the Compacto, the Roar, Super 73, Suron, your assortment of, I mean, everything from like I said, bar end caps to storage, the lights are
Hmm.
extensive. It's again, it's just a good compliment. You guys are creating a solution for just us addicts that like to hook up whatever we got. If it's, the heat on the feet from your shoes to the actual what's riding. What Honda is this on your, what is that? The mild Honda? Oh, that's a combustion, obviously, but looking at the bike on your screen on your website. It's a Grom, I assume.
Um,
Yeah, you guys are killing it. Yeah, man, it's really cool. I think it's great. So you're located in Urbandale, California. You ship worldwide, and any customization or anything anybody needs, right? You're countrywide and worldwide.
yeah, yeah. So we ship all around the U.S. In terms of shipping overseas, a lot of our customers are from Australia,
Okay.
uh, Japan, and a few sprinkle around the your United Kingdom and
Hmm.
France. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at all this. This is crazy. Yeah, I was excited. Just because I've been hooked on my Super 73, and like I said, got those baskets, the urban ones, and they're pretty
Mhm.
comparable to what you got, right? The Camara.
Yeah,
They're
yeah. The
similar,
only
not
difference
exactly.
is, yeah, yeah. So ours is the Molly grid on there is a little bit. It leans a little bit forward just to make it look like it's going fast, just
Mm.
to kind of give it a little bit more of a style to it. And then the basket is actually it's actually modular, so you could actually separate it if you want it, and then it will be put together once you install it onto the bike. So
Oh,
we
got it.
figured that might be a little bit easier for installation and for shipping.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm seeing that. So it's like a clamshell. You put it
Yeah.
together as opposed to okay, yeah. Because yeah, mine is the R, so the battery is below. It's on that down tube as opposed to
hmm
going to the top. U-bomb clip-on handlebar adapter. What is that for? What is that thing?
Uh,
A handle-
oh, that thing allows you to put like three-piece clip-on
Oh,
handlebars on
sick.
there.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of the Super 73 guys use them on their projects. It gives it a more of like a cafe style,
Yeah.
yeah, flat track racer look.
Splash guards. This rear luggage rack is pretty slick. That
hmm
fits on the ZX and the Z. And then just the classy front basket if you just want to go like your cafe style. The pegs are clutch too, by the way. Moto style top clamp. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys are you gonna we're gonna see you out at Electrify Expo? We're gonna see you display or bring some bikes. You get like show off, show the chins up, show Neil up, dude. You gonna stunt on him? I mean, he's making some bikes, dude. He's a busy man over there. I mean, he's one running the Electrify show off, but also he's buying a lot of shoes and customizing his bike. Are you gonna show him up?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I gotta hit him up and see what he's working on, and maybe we can work together on some stuff. You know,
No, it's cool.
make some stuff
Yeah,
happen. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Show or surprise him. Just show up with a rad Super 73 or something, just to get his attention. Because I know he's so busy running around everywhere.
Right. No,
Yeah.
no, it's good, man. So what else do you want to let the people know about Steady Garage? What you got cooking or what you're excited about? Maybe OE projects or working with Super 73 or any other manufacturers. What else do you want the people to know about Steady Garage?
Um, we'll be at Barber Small Bore at the end of the month,
Okay.
which I'm not sure if anyone been to the Barber Motorsport or the Barber Museum. That place is amazing. I
Mhm.
think they got like 4 stories of motorcycles, and yeah, so we'll be out there. We're working on a couple of projects that we're not able to announce yet, but once the manufacturer announces it, then we'll be able to post more about it. So we're really
Sweet.
excited for those projects to be released. I think it's a little bit different style, but I think a lot of people would appreciate it because we kind of kept it as a little bit more simple and tame
Yeah.
and
Yeah, because
clean.
yeah, oh, you're talking about the aesthetic of the bike in particular?
Yeah, yeah. And then for electric, we're working with E-Ride Pro. We did a project for them for I think the AIM Expo in Las Vegas,
Mhm.
and we got really good response from that. And we want to continue and build more parts and do something more radical. So that will probably be in October. I think we're gonna do a pretty rad bike with the Pro SS.
Okay.
hmm
And do you it just again, you're talking about your family, you're talking about what's going on and little kids and all that stuff. The Aventon, the Rad Wagons, the Blix bikes, there's all these different, nobody really messes with those family bikes. Obviously, you want to go to safe speed, but I would think
hmm
that just over time you maybe need a little more power or just talk about customization. I mean, mod bikes with sidecars, I'm looking at,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
I could see that market because you got to think about, from a demographic standpoint, a father such as us, and you got
Mhm.
little ones, and that front basket going to the grocery store. But again, it just comes down to solution. What are you trying to do? Trying to have fun? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm going to go pick up my son at school. You're going to go
Yeah.
hang out with the homies. Go down, go have a couple drinks. safely home. Obviously, not, you could still get a DUI on a e-bike. So don't go ham, dude. Don't go ham. But you could go down to your local haunt and you could ride home, because I mean the runtime on these is it gets better and better, right? So that's back to where we began. Is Kevin, you and the Steady Garage, you guys are steady evolving into from Groms to Ruckuses. And I remember I wanted Ruckus so bad. It's not in the budget. My wife's like, no, you don't need that. I'd look like Bowser riding on that thing because I'm so big. But the Super 73 fits me, and it has the power. I mean, I'm 270, 6'4", and it still hits 20, 21 miles per hour. That's obviously in the 4 setting. But solutions, man. So you guys are constantly evolving into what bikes are becoming available, which I think is cool.
Yeah, there's as you were talking about kids, there was actually a handlebar setup that we wanted to put on the RX and to relocate the battery, longer seat, and all that. So that will allow our young fellas or young kids to ride. But we haven't really finished that because the only backup is because of the upholstery. Yeah, just being so busy with everything, and our upholstery person, our friend Roger, he's super busy. He also has a 3-year-old, same as me, so he's been trying to like make that seat happen as well. So I think as soon as we get something going, then we'll definitely post it up and at least have the kids included with the fun ride on the beach or down to through the neighborhood and all that.
Yeah, because so I'm assuming, are you saying the design would be the child would be up front, kind of like how I again my 10-year-old. So are you saying the child would go in front? It's a smaller, like a 3-year-old. You have them in, put a helmet on them, and you're good. Or because you look at some of the family bikes and they're out back, dude. They're smelling dad or mom's farts, man. They're like, why are you gassing your kid out, man? It's EV, no gas on this thing. No, but is that what you're saying? You're gonna put the child up front, right?
Yeah. So it'll be up front, and then they'll have their own handlebar. It doesn't do anything, but it's just for them to hold and grip onto. And then there's gonna be a nice seat for them to be comfortable on, and then some pegs to kind of support their feet. And it's gonna grow with the kid as well. So the peg's actually adjustable, so you could actually bring it down. Yeah,
and that's the evolution I'm looking for, man. I think that's what and again, my kids, mine's 17-year-old and a 10-year-old, but I think that if you make that investment initially on, it can evolve. Steady mob, dude. Steady garage, dude. That's really, really cool. I've always liked these cargo e-bikes, like the Roam here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but I don't, we don't live in Denmark. I'm not going to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like I think they're really cool, but it does not. It's square peg round hole, dude. Like it's not the solution that I need filled. Yeah. But I love my Super 73, man. And I like how you're doing it from a young standpoint, but I could see, oh, look at those Lightning Series, Super 7 and Super 73 worked with Baja Designs on this, and I'm seeing you guys evolve with Chimera to make like the mount and that headlight mount for the Grom, right?
Yeah. So we've been working with Baja for a couple of years now, and pretty much we try to adapt their lights onto all of our projects and all of our bikes and stuff. So it's really versatile, and they love that as well. And I think due to the demand, they started to produce their own line of lights for the Suron and Teleria as well, which is good. Yeah, because it gives a lot of people options.
Yeah, but you look at like your guys' kit, I'm looking at specifically here, the T56 Baja Squadron headlight conversion kit for your Honda Grom 125, 22 to 24, $209, but that does not have the headlight, or no, it does have the headlight included.
Yeah, so they'll have to, there's like different options that they could pick, different colors. So once it's all said and done, I think the total kit comes out to around like $400 something, which is not bad because people might think, oh, that's expensive. But if you look really into it, it changes the whole aesthetic of the bike. It's a big aluminum chunk that has been machined with detail and precision. So it looks really, really good.
No, it's cool, man. Well, sounds like you guys are busy. You guys, would you venture to say you guys are steady working?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Well, you're located in Irwindale, California, but like I said, Steady Garage. You guys are keeping busy with the constant evolution of what e-bikes have cooking, and let's just call it what it is. You also have combustion because again, maybe smaller motors. I saw somebody say, it was a funny Instagram. They're like, we only got one planet. Drive a crappy old car. Like, I thought that's just but no, I say that because it's like, we live in a disposable society sometimes, and sometimes just, all the plastics and all that stuff. It's we got to contribute. We only got one planet. So I think,
True.
smaller combustion engines or EV or walking, just all these things, but it's all about finding solutions, and seems like Steady Garage, you guys are helping fill that void of different, again, customization too.
Yeah. A lot of people have this this mindset of like, EV bikes or EV vehicles aren't cool, but look at some of the stuff that people are doing. Not only us, but like even Rywire had that Tesla motor swap into his, I think it was the EK or EG, which is a 90 Civic, and that's like something that will kind of drive and push things forward, because once people have the opportunity to drive like a Tesla or any of the electric powered vehicles, it's fast. I mean, they're going up against exotic cars, GT3s, GT4s, and I probably could smoke them too. Yeah.
No, so, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. For more information on Steady Garage, you can go to Steady Garage on Instagram. And of course, you can go to the website and see the bevy of parts for, like I said, not just e-bikes, but small combustion motorcycles and everything there. So steadygarage.com. So we will see you. But yeah, have fun at Barber, dude. That place is absolutely epic. Vaughn Gittin Jr. drifted there. We just did the Mustang's 60th anniversary 2 weeks ago. We went there for the 45th. So do the math. It's 15 years ago, right? And Vaughn was like second year into his Ford Mustang. And the guy who owns a track, he is adamant about not getting on the grass. It's like this. It's this. Do you know that? It's like a very known thing. You just stay off the freaking grass. It's like the movie Friday. So like, but that museum is absolutely epic. It's beautiful, and the sculptures around, and it's Alabama, middle kind of nowhere, but it's a beautiful track. So have fun out there, and hope to see you and Steady Garage at any of the Electrify Expo stops, man. And my son's going to be out there. He just announced E-Skateboarding in Arizona. Had a blast, dude. Those guys, talk about ripping. They go like up to 55 miles an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
Steady Garage is going to start modifying skateboards. Watch this. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go. One wheel, anything,
Okay, there we go. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kevin. Again, Steady Garage. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Electrify podcast, brought to you by the creators of Electrify Expo. Be sure to catch full video episodes on YouTube at Electrify TV, and follow along on social media for daily clips and more.